The space within the forest suddenly distorted, gradually forming a time-space tunnel. From within the tunnel, a transparent time corridor extended outward. A group of heavily armed soldiers emerged, stepping into the dense jungle of the Cretaceous period. They had traveled back in time from the future to hunt dinosaurs, only to discover that the T-Rex they were after was already dead. Before they could figure out what had happened, the volcano ahead erupted without warning. Roy immediately shouted for everyone to retreat. His assistant hurriedly packed up their equipment, and just before the volcanic ash engulfed them, the team managed to escape back into the time tunnel. After analyzing the incident, they suspected a system malfunction had miscalculated the timing by 5 minutes. Under public pressure, the company was forced to shut down the system until the cause of the failure could be determined. But Roy had a different theory. He suspected that something had gone wrong during a previous time jump. To confirm his suspicions, Roy decided to seek out Ella, the system's developer, hoping she could help. However, on the way to her house, the road suddenly collapsed, nearly swallowing his car. From the massive pit, thick, twisting vines sprouted wildly. When Roy finally arrived at Ella's home, she had already realized something was wrong with their time travel experiments overnight. Her houseplants had grown to an enormous size. At that moment, they spotted a transparent time wave surging toward them like a tsunami, sweeping across the entire city in an instant. Roy was thrown into the air. As he fell, time seemed to freeze, suspending him in midair until he hit the ground. Then, as if nothing had happened, the world returned to normal, and surprisingly, he was completely unharmed. Just then, an oxygen tank suddenly exploded, and the blast sent both of them flying out the window. Fortunately, they landed on the thick branches of a towering tree, narrowly escaping death. As they caught their breath, they were left speechless by the sight before them. The entire city had been overtaken by plants, resembling a post-apocalyptic jungle. In the blink of an eye, massive trees had sprouted throughout the urban landscape. Ella speculated that their time travel had altered Earth's evolutionary history. If that was the case, more unknown creatures might soon emerge. Perhaps even the evolution of humanity itself was no longer guaranteed. Determined to uncover the truth, Roy decided to travel back in time alone to pinpoint the exact moment things went wrong. But what he didn't expect was that this time, his jump would take him to an even more unimaginable point in history.